Hello fans, welcome to Man Utd Transfer HQ. Stay updated with the latest transfer gossip and breaking news.
Our first news is Ruben Amorim sends three-word message to under-fire Man United star. Manchester United goalkeeper Andre Onana has been told to let go of his previous clangers by Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim has told Andre Onana to forget the past, as the Manchester United goalkeeper looks to recover from another mishap. The Cameroon international is into his second season at Old Trafford, having been signed as David De Gea's replacement from Inter Milan. Onana though has made several errors that have led directly to goals, with his position in the team called into question. On Wednesday night, a miscommunication with defender Patrick Dorgu presented Ipswich Town with the opening goal as Jadon Philogene tapped into an empty net. Onana himself has been open and honest about his struggles and admitted, "I already know the goalkeeper that I am, but it took me 6 months or 7 months not to play good." Amorim though wants his goalkeeper to move on, as he jumped to his defense that he said, "I think he passed this stage in the last year. I don't know for sure. There was some difficult moments, but this season he did some great saves that save our team, and then sometimes has some problems. But that is normal, and I think if you look through our team you can find a lot of players with that issue, so I think we are not performing so well as a team, and sometimes some players have problems. People talk a lot about the second goal from Ipswich. He is waiting for the touch of Liam Delap. I think that is really clear, and then the ball continues to the goal, so that can happen. We just have to support Andre, like we support all the players, and prepare the next game. Forget about the past and prepare the future." Onana has endured some major blunders this term, which follows on from his issues last season. He was beaten direct from a corner as United lost at Wolves, whilst he was also responsible for one of Brighton's goals as they secured a win at Old Trafford recently. The former Inter and Ajax goalkeeper will be in between the sticks when Fulham arrive in the FA Cup 5th round on Sunday, as backup goalkeeper Altay Bayender and third-choice Tom Heaton are both absent through injured. Some have cited a new goalkeeper as a necessity if the club are to begin climbing the table, but Amorim appears willing to stick by his goalkeeper, with other areas seen as more of a priority. Stay tuned for more updates on Man Utd Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more Man United transfer news. Our second news is Alan Shearer makes Manchester United vs Fulham FA Cup prediction, tough one. Manchester United claimed a pair of 1-0 Premier League victories over Fulham earlier in the season and are on the lookout for another victory over Marco Silva's side in the Cup. Alan Shearer expects Manchester United to lose to Fulham in their FA Cup 5th round tie to prolong the tough situation facing head coach Ruben Amorim. Amorim got a welcome 3 points in midweek, with Harry Maguire scoring United's winner against Ipswich Town in the Premier League. It has been a difficult few months for the boss, though, with the Red Devils looking unconvincing against Leicester in their last cup game before Maguire's controversial winner. Fulham ran United close in the same competition in 2023, taking the lead at Old Trafford before eventually going down to 9 men and conceding 3 late goals. Marco Silva's side won at the same ground last season, but suffered home and away defeats to the Red Devils in the league this term. With big hitters Arsenal, Liverpool and Chelsea already eliminated, both teams may consider this season's FA Cup to present a great chance to win a trophy. Shearer expects another close contest. All 5 meetings since that 2023 Cup tie have been decided by a single goal, but is backing the Londoners to prevail. "This is a tough one to call," Shearer wrote for Metro ahead of Sunday's game. "I'll be there at Old Trafford doing co-commentary live on the BBC. I watched the Man United game for the first half against Ipswich, and once again they were all over the place. This game is a tough one to call. It will be a long afternoon. I'm not impressed with Man United, they're in a really tough situation at the moment, so I'm going to go for an away win." Shearer backed all the Premier League teams up against lower division opposition to win this weekend, leaving Championship highflyers Burnley as the lowest ranked team left in the Cup. When it came to the other All-Premier League ties, the 54-year-old tipped Bournemouth to beat Wolves, Nottingham Forest to beat Ipswich, and his former club Newcastle to overcome Brighton. United will be without Patrick Dorgu for Sunday's tie after the Danish international was sent off against Ipswich. Dorgu was handed a straight red card after a VAR check following a foul on Omari Hutchinson, and Amorim admitted the new signing will be missed during his ban. "It is business as usual," Amorim told reporters when asked about Dorgu's suspension. "You don't want a player sent off because it is really hard to play with 10 men and you lose a player for 3 games. Of course there is a lot of noise because this is Manchester United and everything is a big issue, but for me it is a normal thing." Stay tuned for more updates on Man Utd Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more Man United transfer news. Our third news is Man United insiders share true feelings on misfiring striker Rasmus Hojlund. Manchester United frontman Rasmus Hojlund has continued to struggle in the final third, with his stats underlining his difficulties as insiders make observations over his determination and confidence. Those at Manchester United are split over Rasmus Hojlund, with some praising his perseverance whilst others having observed that his confidence has been shot. The Dane continues to struggle for goals at Old Trafford amid continued talk of the club pursuing a new striker in the summer. Hojlund cost the club more than £70 million less than 2 years ago and was signed with a long-term view in mind. However, he's not developed as many in Manchester had expected, and this term has just 2 Premier League goals to his name. Last season he needed until Boxing Day before he finally scored in the league. The Daily Mail reports that those at Carrington speak of his willingness to learn in training, with his attitude remaining steady despite his difficulties in the other third. Others though have watched a player who looks bereft of confidence. Ruben Amorim has looked to defend his striker as his struggles continue, claiming that the entire structure and performance of the team in the final third isn't helping Hojlund, with service very much at a premium. He said earlier this week, "I think it's clear, we as a team aren't helping Rasmus. We don't create a lot of chances. We have a lack of threat and you can feel it in the games. Sometimes we are in the final third, but you don't feel like we are a very dangerous team, and you feel it also when we're defending low, and sometimes the opponent is not afraid of transitions. So I have this feeling also as a coach that we are not helping the strikers." United signed Joshua Zirkzee in the summer after he had an impressive year with Bologna, but he too has been unable to deliver in the final third, with plenty of pundits insisting the club need a new frontman if they are to become a force again. Amorim has continued his defense of Hojlund, previously saying, "He came here very young, and when you're young to be the number 9 and play all the time, sometimes it's hard. It's everything together." Rio Ferdinand has been among those to comment on Hojlund's dwindling confidence and has cited how he always seems to seek out opposition defenders for contact, advising him that he'd be better off changing that approach. "He has clearly lost confidence," he said. "One of the things about Hojlund that I get frustrated about when I see him is that he always tries to fight the defenders and create contact. Sometimes you have to free yourself from contact, so when you have someone coming at you, it's easier to take the ball and get into the spaces where you can influence the game, between the posts and in the box." Stay tuned for more updates on Man Utd Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more Man United. Our last news is Bruno Fernandes told to leave Man United after Roy Keane rant, "He deserves better." Former Manchester United captain Roy Keane has torn into current skipper Bruno Fernandes, but the Portugal international still has a few people fighting his corner. Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes has been urged to leave Old Trafford because he deserves to play for a better club. Fernandes, 30, has yet to win a league title during his playing career. He has picked up domestic cups with United and with previous club Sporting CP, and played for Portugal in their 2019 UEFA Nations League final victory, but the closest he has come to a league title was when United finished a distant second in 2020-21. The skipper has come in for criticism for his performances this season, with United languishing in the bottom half of the Premier League table. Roy Keane was the latest former star to tear into the Portuguese international, calling Fernandes and his teammates imposters. Keane's fellow pundit Ian Wright came to Fernandes' defense. And now Joe Cole, a former teammate of Wright at West Ham, has done the same. I think there could be a natural separation for Bruno Fernandes and Manchester United, Cole told Paddy Power. He's a brilliant footballer. He's not a perfect footballer like Steven Gerrard, Paul Scholes or Kevin De Bruyne, but he's a brilliant footballer who has been absolutely fantastic for Manchester United during the most difficult period the club has had in 40-odd years. He can more than hold his head up with what he's achieved in Manchester, but I think he deserves to play in a better team. It'll be a nice separation point for the club, and it will benefit both. United need players who will do things that don't suit Bruno. They need to build a strong base around the club, and they might have to cash in on him and bring players in who have different attributes. Cole's comments come after Keane pulled no punches and it came to Fernandes. Speaking on the Stick to Football podcast, brought to you by Sky Bet, the Irishman demanded more from United's number 8. Talent is not enough. Keane said in conversation with Wright before referencing the striker's former Arsenal teammate Tony Adams. You keep going back to talent. Bruno's a talented player, but it's not enough. I know as a captain he does things sometimes with his arms, criticizing his teammates, but most of all it's a bit of frustration. He wants to win and sometimes it's difficult to deal with that frustration. Roy Keane has big standards from his time. But I think my opinion is more important than Roy Keane's because I am the coach. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Man United Transfer HQ, and turn on notifications so you're always in the loop with the latest transfer news and rumors. One more thing, what are your thoughts on these updates? Comment below.